Hello there guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about what you can expect to see and experience while driving in Italy. What is it really like driving in Italy? Now bear in mind there's a few things I need to make clear. I am from the UK, I am driving here in my UK registered car, so it means it's a right-hand drive car and I'm driving on the right side. If you are hiring a car here in Italy, chances are you'll be in a left-hand drive car, so your experience will be slightly different, but most of the points that I'm going to cover in this video will be the exact same. I do want to point out as well that I am predominantly driving in northern Italy, so I can't really give my experience on driving in the south. I'd imagine it'd be a lot different when you are driving, say, in Rome or Naples or somewhere like that. In a major city, you're probably going to experience a lot different driving styles and things that you can probably expect to see on the road. Here in northern Italy, the roads are pretty spectacular. Around the Dolomite region, you're surrounded by mountains, you have amazing winding roads. You have, if you go even further north, you have the Stelvio Pass, which is in Stelvio National Park. That's basically on the border between Switzerland and Italy. If you get the chance to go there, do it. If you enjoy your driving, you will enjoy driving that road for sure. So I guess the first point that I want to make, and it's probably something that you will have experienced yourself if you have ever driven in Italy, and it appears to be the driving standards. So right now I'm on a huge road trip around pretty much the entirety of Europe. So we've gone from the UK to France, Belgium, Germany, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, and now in Italy. And so I've pretty much sort of gained a good grasp of what the driving standards are like in each of those countries, and by far the worst driving standards are here in Italy. At least that's what I've experienced. It seems that an indicator or putting your blinkers on, that is just a suggestion rather than what you actually intend to do. It seems that speed limits, they are non-existent. Either people go way over the speed limit or they go way under the speed limit, which is increasingly annoying if you want to make up some ground. So for example, the road that we're on now, this is a mountainous road. Yes, it is a single laned road. It's a speed limit of 90 kilometers per hour. However, we're barely going above 50 kilometers per hour. I don't know why people are not, feeling confident enough to go faster, but let's compare this road to a road in the UK. This would be 60 miles per hour or just under 100 kilometers per hour. So the fact that people go so slow on these roads, I really just don't understand it. When it comes to other roads though, dual carriageways, motorways, people seem to go way over the speed limit. So yeah, make that make sense. So another point to mention is tolls. How do the tolls work here? So in a number of other European countries, you'll have something called a vignette, which is traditionally, it was a sticker that you'd put on your window, and it would basically display that you have covered the fee for the amount of time that you're in the country. Now you can get these online now. Needless to say, you don't need one in Italy. You do not need a vignette. However though, there is quite a number of toll roads, and these you can pay at a traditional toll gate. You can pay cash or you can pay card, and that is as of 2025. Now how much are the tolls? So there is nothing that really displays the price before you go on these toll roads. It's just from doing some research myself that it is typically between 7 and 9 cents per kilometre. I think I've said that right. So say for 100-kilometre stretch, you can expect to pay between 7 and 9 euros. Did I say dollars? I don't know if I said dollars or pounds. It's your. Oh, I said cents. Yes. So yes, for 100-kilometre stretch, you can expect to spend around 7 and 9 euros, which isn't too bad. However, don't make the same mistake that I did. I took a wrong turning. I'm going to blame it on my maps. I'm going to blame it on the sat nav. I'm not going to blame it on my poor driving skills. It told me to take the first exit, but I think it was the second exit. I took the first one. It then took me the wrong way up the toll road. Obviously still on the correct side of the road, if that makes sense. But then I had to sort of go back and then back on myself. And for whatever reason, that toll charged me 16.90 euros when I exited, which that was a bit of a surprise, because it should have only been, you know, a couple of euros like the others that we had experienced that day. So yeah, don't take the wrong turn in, because you may have to pay more on the tolls. I don't know why that is. That was just our experience on it. So in my opinion, you know, should you really use the toll road, check your maps. If you're only going to be saving, you know, 2-3 minutes, there's no point. Just take the regular local roads. If you're going to be saving, you know, a matter of half an hour, 2 hours, which we did in our case when we came to Italy, then yeah, use the toll roads. You're not going to be paying a huge extortionate rate on them. So I guess let's talk about fuel prices as well. So as I mentioned earlier, we've been through pretty much the whole of Europe, and Italy is by far the most expensive place for fuel. I should probably add the most expensive place for fuel in euros, because you'll probably pay even more when it comes to Switzerland. They're not euros, they're Swiss francs. So yeah, back in the UK at the moment, at time of recording, I know obviously fuel prices go up and down. I think you're talking about £1.30 per litre. In Germany, I think you're looking about €1.55 per litre. In Poland, Hungary and Slovenia, I think you're looking around €1.40 per litre. Here in Italy, you're looking around €1.70 to €1.80 per litre. So yeah, a huge price increase. And it's not just the fuel as well. I mean, everything in Italy seems very expensive, like I say, compared to those other countries. I guess it's a pretty high economy here. Either that or everyone is broke. But yeah, expect to pay more for your fuel here. I'm in a petrol car, a gasoline, a benzene car, whatever you call it. And yeah, I'm paying the higher price for sure here. Diesel's cheaper for whatever reason. But yeah, fuel prices, you're going to be paying a lot if you come here. So then, I think I've pretty much covered the main points. I'm sure there's probably something I've missed out. But yeah, what can you expect to see or experience when driving in Italy? Let's be honest, it's a beautiful country. Sure, you're going to be paying a higher price for things like fuel, maybe your rental car hire, that might be slightly more expensive, but it's a beautiful country. If you come here, I would say you pretty much have to drive if you want to get anywhere. Yes, there is public transport. It's going to take a long time. You're going to be very hot and sweaty using it. So come here, either drive yourself here or hire a car to get around, to see the beautiful country and experience everything that Italy has to offer. So yes, hopefully this video has been helpful. Hopefully it's given you some insight as to what you can expect to see and experience while driving in Italy. Do take care on the roads, you know, do research yourself before driving here, and just have fun. Like I said, experience the country. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I'll see you all in that next one.